Fair warning. This kid. Every time that I go to edit the birth story video, I'm finding myself really having a hard time. I'm just having a hard time watching it. I'm having a hard time watching myself tell the story because I've not fully processed it yet. Like, I just haven't. And that's okay. Like, that's totally normal. And I do this thing where I try to force myself to process really big events. I think that it comes from my childhood being so unpredictable and having really big traumatic things happen consistently, not being allotted the time to process it. And I've spent years processing all those things now, and I'm still processing those things. I'm gonna say processing a lot, just fair warning. I'm kind of short-circuiting. I don't really know how else to explain this. But because I was just surviving and just blowing through it, not realizing what trauma did to my brain, to the rest of my body, to my overall self. And once I was able to recognize what those things were capable of, the cause and effect, if you will, jumped into my healing journey, finally started therapy a year and a half ago. But I get really impatient with myself and my processing time, especially when it comes to things that contain grief. And I really try to embody the both and approach. I think a lot of times we as humans try to put everything in boxes, compartmentalize, black and white everything, and there's really a lot of gray. And so there's this both and, where I was both excited and terrified at the same time. And there's a lot there because I've already 4 months out. I've gone through waves of grief. And the first one was, honestly, once I had accepted that we needed to have a C-section, that was what needed to happen, I then got really focused on, well, what if I can't deliver vaginally after? What if a VBAC is not in my reality and my future for subsequent births? So I grieved that a bit. And then honestly, the more removed I've been from that, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm cool with having C-sections for the rest of my babies, God willing, that I can get pregnant again. So there was that. But then I also got hit with still the grief that I couldn't deliver vaginally. And then there was also the grief of, even though I was sure, standing in my ground, trusting my instincts of not being induced. And then I, have changed my mind in that because of safety. It's been this really weird challenge of trying to trust my gut and trust my intuition. And every time I look back and think about labor, I've said it before, it literally is this, it's been this blueprint for what being a mom has already been like for me with Judah. And because I can't sit and be like, oh, I should have just got induced initially, maybe they could have caught that she was sunny side up earlier, and all these things. Your mind goes crazy trying to rewrite almost, and we can't rewrite it, and I wouldn't rewrite it. Anxiety has a way of making you think that you messed up, that you made the wrong decisions, that it was your fault. It's kind of like if you leave your house at 8:15 in the morning, you need to be somewhere at 8:30, and it's a 20-minute drive. You left 5 minutes late, and you're like, shit, I gotta get out the door. I gotta go. And you're driving to work, and you see that there was a wreck. I don't know about you, but every time I see that, I'm like, oh my God, there was a reason that I was late. I could have been me. Not to say that it's good that there was that person, it's just there's so much more happening outside of us, and all these cause and effects that are happening constantly. You're not gonna see the reason immediately, and you may not even ever know the reason. All I know is that it was a part of the plan for me to not know that she was sunny side up. Because now I know that if I would have known earlier on, I wouldn't have put in as much work as I did to try and get to where I wanted to go with my plan, which was to deliver vaginally. Because I was so against a C-section going into it, and I had to completely change. I had to change it. Like, I just have learned, like, I have to be more open to different ways of doing things. I thought that I would be the mom using all cloth diapers. Now we go through like 15 disposable diapers a day. I thought we would be a no pacifier family. Dude, we used a pacifier the first day in the hospital. I thought I would never co-sleep. But we do it in the morning. We do it for some naps. It's just like a never say never approach, because like you just don't know. And there is nothing wrong with a C-section. Yes, there are a lot of unnecessary C-sections that happen. Ours was necessary, and I had a wonderful, wonderful experience. I literally could not ask for more. My team was amazing. They were so supportive. They were so understanding and compassionate. They truly met me where I was, understanding that I didn't want to, but also being able to have that conversation of, we really think, or, you know, we see that this is the safest option. And look at her, she's here. Spit up on the carrier. She's here, and she is perfect for me. It's perfect for us. Spit up in her hair. We're gonna give baths tonight. We're teething, that's the red. So anyway, I just wanted to expand on my experience, because it's really my goal that women who are nervous about birth, whether it's your first time, your second, whatever, whether you are against or for a C-section and you just want more information, or you just had a birth experience that didn't go the way that you thought it would, because it's birth. Like, I think we try so hard to control so many things, and it's hard because I'm preaching to myself. Even though I went through it, like, I still try to fight the reality of surrendering when we need to, and letting go, and allowing God to work. And God worked, and He has had His hand, His protection over our family since I saw that pink line and went to show Zach, and Zach was like, "You're fucking with me." I was like, I'm really not. One day I'll share my pregnancy journey. That is a lot. As much as this was, pregnancy journey is even more. I hope that, that our story provides some type of hope. That's my goal here, is to, shed light in those dark spaces and shed hope in the hopeless places. And I really think that that theme is thread throughout our story. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for being here. Whether you're new or if you've been here since day one, we appreciate it.